Hello, and welcome to Truthspirations. My name is Nathan, and today I have a video that is exclusive content just for members. And this is a meditation that I came up with when I was really kind of deep in my stuff, and I didn't want to feel it because it was very painful and scary. But I knew that I had to. I knew that I had to feel what was going on inside here so I could process it, move it through, have it not be kind of running my life from the background all the time. And in order to do that, you have to feel it. So, how do you do that when what it is that you are having so much trouble feeling has been a problem for a reason? You know, it's difficult to feel these things. It's painful, it's overwhelming. The reason why it is so overwhelming is because it has been building up for as long as it has. And so, how do we break the cycle? How do we stop having to keep, suppressing and pushing down our emotions enough to actually feel them and process them and heal them? Because that's what our awareness does. When we bring what is subconscious, what is a little bit below the surface, or maybe way below the surface, and we bring it up to the conscious mind and to conscious awareness, that awareness has this kind of magic to it. Like it sort of burns through old conditioning and old wounds like a hot knife through butter. It's just a matter of getting it up to that place where your present awareness can actually do that magical work. So what I came up with when I was in the depths of my own process and fear and despair around my emotions and what I had suppressed for so much of my life, I decided to just try a little sort of imagery, guided meditation. I guided myself, and I'll take you through that right now. So the first part of this meditation is finding a comfortable place to be. I recommend lying down, but sitting works just as well. For some people, lying down, they wind up falling asleep. So if you want to sit, upright in a chair. That helps you to stay awake. And once you're in a comfortable place, then we continue with the meditation. And so with your eyes closed, I want you to imagine yourself in the most beautiful, relaxing setting that you can think of. For me, it was like I was in a meadow somewhere, just off in the middle of nowhere, in this opening with lots of nature, and the sun is out and the clouds are rolling by, but it's just this picturesque kind of situation. And so if I open my eyes, it's like I'm lying down in this grass field looking up into the sky, and it's just the most peaceful and most relaxing place that I've ever been. So you can either use that image if you want, or you can come up with your own imagery. You might think of yourself as being on a beach, or in your home, snuggled in your bed. You might be in the most comfortable place that you can think of. But whatever it is, settle on it, and you want to have this image of you in this comfortable place, and everything above you, everything within your field of vision, is something beautiful and relaxing and safe. So we start with that. Now, once you have that image firmly in your mind, then we're going to add to this image. And what we're going to add to this image is the picture of something that you don't want to feel, but you have to. There's something that you've been suppressing for a long time, or that's been coming up over and over again. It could be depression, it could be fear, it could be terror, it could be anger, it could be jealousy, it could be feelings of low self-worth, self-hatred. Sky's the limit. Anything that is uncomfortable to feel, but that you are ready to actually try and feel anyway, pick one of those. And then imagine that all of the energy of that feeling or emotion is like this kind of black goo, and that black goo is underneath you. So if you're lying down, it would be beneath your back, under the earth. As you're looking up into the sky, you don't see it. All you see is this beautiful, safe place. And beneath you is this terrifying emotion, something that you don't want to feel. And when you're ready, and that might happen, as we're talking, or it might mean you need to pause or come back at some point. But when you're ready, you want to take the smallest little iota of that dark energy, that unpleasant emotional energy, the smallest amount that is real and that you feel safe with. So the idea here is that we're going to introduce the thing that we're afraid of, the thing that we don't want to feel, in very, very small, manageable packets. So the first packet is just a teeny tiny little speck. You get that teeny tiny little speck that is at the surface of this glob of dark goo. And you imagine that that little speck comes up into your body. Okay, and as it comes into your body, it spreads out everywhere. So it becomes very diffuse. It might be very concentrated as it comes into your body, but then it diffuses. And just feel what that feels like. See if you can get a sense of actually having let in that emotional energy, but only that teeny tiny little bit, and small enough amount that you can feel it, but big enough that it is safe. Should probably say that the opposite. Big enough that you can feel it, but small enough that you feel safe. Okay. And once you've let that in, how does that feel? Is that feeling that comes out of letting it in the same as what you projected, or is it maybe not as bad? It could be either. For me, I found that with each of these little specks of unwanted emotion, letting it in actually felt good. It felt like, oh God, I'm reconnecting to something here that's important to be connected to. And in the bringing it in, that became more and more apparent and obvious. And I also found that it was the struggle and the resistance to that emotion that was amplifying the terrible feeling that it brought with it. It's an interesting thing, if you push on it, it actually amplifies all of that energy, because all that energy, whatever that emotional energy is, it comes out of separation. It comes out of being separate from source, separate from what we really are, separate from love. And so there's all these different flavors of emotional energy that comes out of a lack of love. And so when we fight it and we resist it and we suppress it, we're actually feeding it that separation energy. We're pushing it away, creating more separation, using some amount of force and struggle consciousness, which is just more and more separation that we're feeding into it. And so it actually makes it worse. Once we start letting it in, it's still emotional energy of separation, but we're not adding fuel to that fire. We're not pouring gasoline on a bonfire. We're taking the gasoline away and just letting the bonfire burn itself out. So once you've let that little teeny tiny little speck in, and it's an experience that you feel safe with, then bring in a larger speck of this unpleasant emotional energy. Just let a little bit bigger rise up into your body and your energy system, your conscious awareness, and just see how that feels. You can see where this is going. Once you've integrated that, once you have felt that and come to a place of peace around that second iota of emotional energy, when you're ready, you can either use the same size bit of that energy, or when you're ready, you can graduate up to something a bit larger. And this is the meditation. So take another bit of that emotional energy that some part of you has always fought against, make it a little bit bigger, again keeping it safe, and let that come into your body. Okay. Hopefully that was enough time. If you need to, you can always pause the video. And when you're ready, we're going to let another piece in. a little bit bigger than the one before. So give that a shot. Beautiful. Okay, and that's your meditation. All you have to do is find a comfortable place to be, someplace where you feel safe and warm and cozy. Come up with an image of someplace that you would like to be, that is warm, that's safe, that is peaceful, so that you can just relax into your body and know that you are safe. And then choose an emotion that you feel that you would like to connect more with, something that you might have struggled with, fought against, suppressed, or even been taken over by. But now we're going to bring in small amounts, not so much all at once without any control. You're going to choose this emotion and allow just the smallest bit of it, big enough to feel, small enough not to feel threatening. You just let that into your body as you stay in this idyllic setting. And you just keep doing it over and over again until you find that you can let very large chunks of this emotional energy into your body and see what that feels like. And do it over and over again. And eventually you'll get, if not all of it, you'll get most of it. You'll get the stuff that is really the most problematic for you, because what's most problematic is what you're pushing away. So you might have some of it floating around in your brain and nervous system and wherever else, but it won't be that concentrated, intense stuff that you're struggling with all the time. You can just keep letting that in, and any time that it starts to show up again, you can do this exercise again. So this is your free exclusive content. This is a meditation that I'm teaching to you only, and I hope you get a lot out of it. I hope you enjoy it, and feel free to get in touch with me and let me know how it goes. All right, take care.